Hello everybody, Be Vicious here. So today I'm going to be starting a new segment entitled Top 10 Tuesdays, where I'm basically taking subjects that are requested to me by you, the subscribers and fans and viewers of these videos, and making my own top 10 lists for those subjects every week. So if you would like to suggest some subjects for me to do these lists for, feel free to comment in the comment box below. I'm doing this because now that I'm running 3 channels, it's very hard for me to learn new guitar covers, and so the amount of guitar covers I'm going to be putting out is going to dwindle a bit. So I want to give you guys something on this channel that you can at least look forward to, that you can request me, and I can give you something in return. So to start this pilot episode of Top 10 Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite bands. So, before I get on with the top 10 bands, I'm going to give you some honorable mentions. So, to start off the honorable mentions, I'm going to give you my own personal band that I started, that uh, we broke up, but my band Solstice, which if you'd like to hear some of the music we created, here is a song entitled Mothra Airstrike. Also, we have Queen, Phineas, Slipknot, my favorite rapper Tech9, and Incubus. Now, let us get to the top 10, shall we? Starting off the top 10, at number 10 will be A Day to Remember. A Day to Remember is a band that I really enjoy for the fact of they combine 2 genres of music that I do enjoy, with the pop punk and hardcore, post-hardcore, whatever. And I feel that they mesh these genres very well, and it creates a sound that is just I just enjoy it a lot. I can't really explain it. I understand a lot of people aren't, a lot of people do like it, but at the same time, a lot of people hate it. But it's a sound that I really enjoy. Whether it is the song, whether they are doing primarily the pop punk with albums such as "What Separates You from Me," and more of the hardcore stuff such as "Common Courtesy" and "Homesick." So I enjoy Jeremy McKinnon's voice, even though it is basically your basic pop punk singing voice. But I really enjoy what this band has to offer. Next at number 9 is a band that I don't really need to talk much about, is Judas Priest. They are Judas Priest. They are legendary. They are amazing. Rob Halford, by far one of the, if not the best metal vocalists out there. Uh, just the guitar work, it's amazing. This band would be higher, but I feel that outside of the guitar work and the vocals, the rhythm section I feel is not as isn't doesn't pull the weight as well. I mean, obviously, the drums are very good, but the bass is very basic, and I feel that that is a dynamic that could be added to this band if the bass was a little more intricate. But this is a band that still treads forward and is very interesting, and still comes out with good music, such as their album that they came out last year with Redeemer of Souls. Next, we've got Green Day at number 8, and I'm sure a lot of people would be a little confused by that, but Green Day, I saw them back in 2009 on their 21st Century Breakdown tour, and I got to tell you, that was by far the best performance I've seen by a band put on a show. They played 27 songs. It was just constant Billy Joe running up and down the stage, all sorts of props, and it was just a very interesting show. It bring people up on stage to play. He would even make fun of his own band, and it was just a great all around time that I had. And this is a band that a lot of people prefer their older work over their newer work, and I can agree with that. I do enjoy their older work better, but I definitely do enjoy some of their newer work as well. American Idiot is what really actually got me into Green Day, and I do enjoy some of the work on 21st Century Breakdown. I feel their most recent albums was just too much Green Day. It was just oversaturated. I couldn't. It's just you can only have so much of that. So I felt that they should have just, instead of making 3 albums, should have just taken the best of those 3 albums and made 1 album. So moving on to number 7, we've got Iron Maiden, which in reality is you probably wouldn't actually be watching this video if it wasn't for Iron Maiden, because my 2 most viewed covers on YouTube are Iron Maiden covers. My guitar cover of The Trooper has now hit upwards of 250,000 views, and my cover of Fear of the Dark is now at around 140,000 views. So reality is, this is a band that I definitely wouldn't be making this video probably if it weren't for those two covers. So uh, this is a band I feel that I owe a decent amount to, and uh, once again, just like Judas Priest, they're legendary. Bruce Dickinson, just like Rob Halford, is one of the, if not the best uh, metal vocalists out there. I'm not going to sit here and say who's better, who's not, which, if you want to know, you can suggest the list of favorite metal singers. But in reality, they're both just amazing, and they're both just legendary bands. But I do feel that the rhythmic section of this band is definitely more interesting and more technically sound than Judas Priest. So that's why I feel that they get that nod. Next, at number 6, we've got Children of Bodom, which is a band that in reality was higher until I made this list, because I feel that in recent years, their most recent albums, they've they haven't delivered that much. I know a lot of people did actually like Halo of Blood, but I don't know why I just couldn't get into it that much. Then Relentless Reckless Forever was meh, and Blood Drunk was as well. But before that, whew, amazing work, just absolutely fantastic. Just anything from before Are You Dead Yet and prior, I love it. I've seen them live twice. Uh, I actually got to meet them. I have a signed copy of Halo of Blood, and I remember when I saw him on that tour, Alexi Laiho hit a dive bomb with his tongue, and it was just as a guitarist, that was just amazing to see. Um, so yeah, that's basically Children of Bodom for me. Now we move into the top 5. So now at number 5, we've got Muse, which I'm sure a few people may be a little confused, like, hey, Queen definitely, yeah, they're definitely in front of Muse in turn. They definitely influenced Muse, and a lot of what Muse had revolves around Queen. But reality is, I feel that there's a generation gap with that, unfortunately. While I admire and love a lot of what Queen has done, reality is Freddie Mercury had passed away in 1991, and I was born in 1990, so I didn't really get to experience Queen. So I've gotten to experience Muse. I haven't seen them live yet, but I'm definitely going to at some point. But I haven't gotten, I've never really experienced a release by Queen, where I've experienced releases from Muse, and I've been around for that. So Matthew Bellamy is just he's an amazing vocalist, amazing guitarist, amazing songwriter. He's just, they have so many different sounds and intricate parts and interesting things that they do, and I love that. It's something that I really, that it just captures me. So their most recent album, Drones, was, but it was more so it was just too political for me than anything. But this is a band that they continue to put out solid work, and I really look forward to the future of Muse. Next at number 4, we've got Megadeth. And I'm sure a lot of people may ask the question, well, okay, you like Megadeth, or do you like is Metallica number 3, 2, or 1? It is not. Metallica, while I do love their 80s work, after the 80s, after they cut their hair, after the Black album, it's just been not there. You gotta keep some semblance of continuity, and they just after the Black album, they've just fallen off so hard. It's just like, nah, I can't. I feel it's been pretty much since the Black album they put out a quality recording. The Death Magnetic was okay. It's just still not anything. Meanwhile, Megadeth, they have all their amazing work from back in the 80s and 90s with Peace Cells, Rust in Peace, Countdown to Extinction, Euthanasia, as well as some great works recently. I feel that they did a really good job with United Abominations. Um, I really enjoyed 13, and there was another album they did with what was the other? I forget that. What is it? I forget the other album that they did with Chris Broderick that had a Sleepwalker on it. I'm forgetting the name. I don't know why it's bothering me, but that's another one that I really enjoyed. Just like Megadeth, just like Metallica, Megadeth also has some albums that are just like, why? Which Super Collider, their most recent release was a piece of shit. So, yeah. So moving on from that. Well, not, let's talk about a little more about Megadeth actually. Uh, I enjoyed James Hetfield's voice more than Dave's, but I do feel like Dave's voice has increased as age has gotten because I feel like that deeper, darker Dave Mustaine voice has actually really helped their songs of late. But the guitar work and just the overall musicianship of Megadeth, in my opinion, is just far above and beyond Metallica. And I love it. I love Megadeth. So yeah. All right, now moving on to the top three, and what we have at number three is Pantera. Pantera is probably one of my biggest influences as a guitarist. I really just love the hell out of this, and I really wish I became a metalhead prior. Unfortunately, I didn't really. By the time Dime had passed away in 2004, I still wasn't really into metal yet. So Pantera is a band I haven't really gotten to experience either, and it sucks. But this is a band that I am fully enthralled in and constantly just yes, I love this band. So while they have limited, while their '90s work is you know, that's the main stuff you listen to. They also have a pretty solid collection of music from back in the '80s when they were a hair metal band. He was Diamond Daryl, um, and this is just a band that it captures me. It really boils my blood, like in a good way. I remember one time I was at work. I was on break listening to, I believe it was Domination or some Pantera song, and somebody came over to me, and I was just headbanging, and somebody that listened to primarily rap, and we were like, "Dude, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he goes, "You look really angry, like you want to punch someone in the face." I'm like, "Oh, I'm just listening to Pantera. It's okay." so, so that's number three. And now we go into number two with August Burns Red. August Burns Red is a band that I really actually didn't really get into until fairly recently, just about 2 years ago, when they released Rescue and Restore. And since I've gotten into them, holy shit, I love this band. Oh my god. Just, they're such a consistent band. They are a band that I feel they do the best job of maintaining a consistent sound, but integrating and making that same sound different while integrating other parts into it as well. Like they're a band that continues to take this sound and make it better, or just expand on it, and that is just so interesting to me. They do it so well. They do, and the guitar work. Every member in that band is very good at what they do. The vocalist is fantastic. The guitar work is phenomenal. The drum work is what? The bassist just it's so heavy. When they do the breakdowns, the bass punches you in the face. And they have such a great. I don't know who mixes their stuff, but it's so goddamn good. I love how well their music is mixed. So that is number two, and now we're gonna get into number one, which is Avenged Sevenfold. So I'm sure a lot of people are maybe, whoa, that's a curveball with such bands that have clearly influenced them, such as Pantera, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. It's just this is a band. This is the band that got me into heavy metal music, and I will always appreciate it. They are the band that every album that comes out sounds different, and I just amazing. They do a great job. They show such interesting ability to change their sound and keep, just like August Burns Red, they have the ability to change their sound but keep it relatively the same at the same time. But they're unlike August Burns Red. While August Burns Red, they'll take some songs and they'll add some, like their most recent album, Found Away in Faraway Places. They threw a bunch of genres as breaks in the music. Where August Burns Red has done that, where they just they've shown their ability to write different styles of music in their songs. Avenged Sevenfold has actually written different songs. Like Dear God is a country song. You haven't heard something like that from August Burns Red. You've just heard the metalcore with the surf part into it, or it just has it has a little bit of a different part in it, but it's not the full song. Avenged Sevenfold, they've taken full songs and make it sound completely unlike anything else that they've done that is clearly in a different genre, and they have done that before. And Sinister Gates is my favorite guitarist. Just he's been a big influence on what I've done, and I really enjoy what this band has to offer. Their most recent album, Hail to the King, was, but it was what it was. It was an album that was clearly meant to be that way. It's not. I didn't feel it was going to be that flashy or that that big when they released it. But I look forward to what this hopefully this band will mature more as they go along and their music continues to grow. So, what did you think of the top 10? What are your top 10? I'd like to hear what some of your top 10 favorite bands are, and please subscribe, like, share. Hope to hear some more submissions. So, thank you. Have a great day.